I'm here this morning because the board's inexplicable refusal to grant my client's annexation at the board's last meeting. Batavia Township had 25 days from the date of the filing of the annexation petition in which to file its objection to the annexation. It did not do so. Under Ohio Revised Code Section 709.023D, the township's failure to object, quote, shall be deemed to constitute consent by that township to the proposed annexation. Since the board had before it the express consent of the village and the legally implicit consent of the township, the statute provides, quote, the board at its next regular session shall enter upon its journey a resolution granting the proposed annexation. The board does not even proceed to conduct a review under section 709.023E unless an objection is filed. Shall is a legal word of art. It means must. It does not mean can or may. It calls for an immediate action and it's mandatory. In a regular type 1 annexation, the board has two areas of discretion which it can exercise: the general good and unreasonably large. In an expedited annexation, such as the one before you now, the board has no discretion whatever, none. When no objections are filed to expedited annexation, a Board of County Commissioners has the clear and unequivocal statutory duty to grant the annexation. There is no bait, there is no wiggle room, there is no general good balancing act to be taken. There is no best interest consideration to be made. The duty to grant the annexation is absolute and mandatory. In its failure and refusal to grant the annexation at its last meeting, the board blatantly ignored its duty as mandated by Ohio Revised Code. A governmental body or public official that refuses to act when they have a clear statutory mandatory to do so commits an act of nonfeasance. The refusal to grant the annexation as mandated by law is an unconstitutional deprivation of the property rights of my client, which will result in irreparable harm and monetary damages in the millions and millions of dollars in lost revenue and income, not only to my client, but to another entity which the board is obligated to represent, which is the Village of Batavia. The Village of Batavia will be in the loss of millions from lost income and revenue. And ironically, the board's effort possibly to aid the Batavia Township will also cost the township thousands and thousands of dollars of lost revenue from the real estate taxes that would inure as a result of development to the annexation. So there are actually four entities that are harmed by your failure and refusal to do your constitutional and statutory duty to grant this annexation: my client, the three petitioners, the Village of Batavia, and the Township of Batavia. I doubt if the Batavia Township is going to take any legal action, but I can almost guarantee if the board refuses to do its constitutional statutory duty, the three petitioners, my client, and the Village of Batavia will take legal action. So I'm requesting the board do its duty. There is no best interest consideration. If the airport has a problem with the annexation, that comes up when the development is proposed by the commissioner, by the Batavia and my client, not now. And it's clear, the board has a statutory duty to act. Your refusal to act will cost millions and millions of dollars, not only my client, but to the taxpayers and the damages that will result from your refusal to act. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Manere. All right. Item number 14.
I will do that. This is a resolution granting the annexation of 175.539 acres from Batavia Township to the Batavia Village, Clermont County, Ohio, pursuant to section 709.023 of the Ohio Revised Code. Board of County Commissioners adopts resolution 029-24, resolving to grant the petition for annexation of the territory described therein to the Village of Batavia, Clermont County, Ohio, be and hereby is granted, and the clerk of the Board of County Commissioners of Clermont County, Ohio, is hereby directed to enter on the journal all of the orders of the board relating to the annexation, and to deliver a certified copy of the entire record of the annexation proceedings, including resolution of the board signed by a majority of the members of the board, the petition, map, and all other papers on file to the fiscal officer of the Village of Batavia.
Board, you have heard the reading of item number 14. Do I have a motion for approval?
I will make the motion to approve. With the way the law is written now, we have no choice.
Do I have a second?
Make the second.
It's been moved and second. Any further conversation or discussion? Mr. Manier, since you talked to the board this morning, and I totally understand your frustration with this particular annexation, I just wanted to tell you that as president of this board, I apologize, to you for that particular action. I could have probably been more clear, gave better instruction to have resulted in that. So we have acted as quickly as we could on the next meeting. So I just wanted to say, I extend to you a personal sorry. Even us as county commissioners, we get one wrong every once in a while. So thank you.
Gentlemen, my comments were not personal or ad hominem.
They weren't taken that way.
So, a famous lawyer once said, "I'm not a potted plant. I'm an attorney. My job is to advocate vigorously for my client," and that's what I did this morning.
No problem.
So I appreciate it. Thank you for
I respect
And
that.
Mr. Manier, I just want to thank you for the background that you gave the board addressing this issue. But I want to make it clear that I, as one commissioner, was not acting in any way to aid Batavia Township or anyone. It was just after seeing this entire room filled with citizens that are concerned. I feel their concern in what is going to happen with the property, but I understand why this motion has to go forward today. And I thank you for that clarification.
Well, I understand that, and the board has a duty to represent the entire county, and that's not an easy job. So I appreciate that. I appreciate, as I said when I was here before, when all the people were here, I don't blame them at all. Nobody likes change. Nobody likes a bulldozer, a road grader digging up dirt next to their house. That's just natural. I've been doing annexations for a long, long time, and I've never had an easy one yet.
And you probably never will you?
And we haven't either.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Roll call, Gail.
Commissioner Batchler,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes.